the updated SteamWorld Dig 2 any% tutorial for 2022. Not too much has changed since the last one, but there's some other minor strat things that are probably good to go over. Firstly, gonna go over controls. If you're playing this game, you need 2 jump buttons. This is a requirement. I'll also note that during this tutorial and how I usually play, I play with both keyboard and controller. That's because you're limited to 2 jump buttons on keyboard. But if you add in a controller, you can have 2 more. This is not necessary for any. It's not really necessary for anything. It makes some things easier. There's one thing that saves a little bit of time, but it's very unnecessary to do. That having extra jump buttons is good. There's another there's another jump like there are theoretical places where it could save more time, but I would need like a 5th jump button or something. I should also note that it's possible to like emulate a controller and just do that if you don't want to play with what I do is I just have my controller in my right hand and my left hand on my keyboard. And yeah, here's the controls I kind of use, so like keyboard handles movement, jumping, running, and stuff, and then controller handles like pickaxe, pressure bomb, like jackhammer, hookshot, all this stuff. Language doesn't matter as far as I know. Yeah. Without further ado, let's get started. So, right off the bat, this text box can only be, this wanted poster can only be cleared by pressing A. It cannot be cleared with the skip cutscene button. It's the only one in the game like this, so yeah, just remember that. Also, right off the bat, I'm going to be jumping a lot. You move, I believe, 10% faster in the air than you do on the ground, even once you have the sprint unlocked. So jumping is nice. There's probably like another spot where like having 4 jumps does save a bit of time, but it's minuscule time for the record. Like it's pretty insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Helped a little. Yeah. And then like once you get over here, the second time it starts doing it will crumble and you can go down. Yeah. Mine through there. Probably not gonna talk too much about mining routes. There was one I learned just before doing this because I found out it was like a second faster. I hadn't been doing it. So yeah. Go here. Sidestep this and then just go down here. And yeah, this part's very simple. Nothing too tricky here. Yeah, we get the sprint here. You pretty much want to be sprinting all the time. If you're moving faster, you jump higher. It becomes really relevant with the grappling hook. Though I think the grappling hook just applies an effect to you that makes you jump higher, because like the speed you're going at doesn't seem to be relevant. Because like sometimes you get really slow grapple speed and still jump high. So I think there's like you've just grappled state. Yeah. First kind of thing here in the run, corner jump. This is kind of annoying, but it's not too bad. There's like a spot here where if you that just kind of works. You kind of just get it by feel. Yeah. Actually getting it very consistently right now. Good. This jump here, like if I jump directly into it and like wait just a second and like go down, like if I jump here and then immediately do it, it won't work. So just keep that in mind. Like if I sprint, double jump. Actually, wait, does double jump just work? Maybe it's because I'm doing multiple jumps. No, it's. Yeah, it's not too tricky. This takes some getting used to. You just kind of wanna like jump here, hold left, and then like hold right to get onto the wall, and then just smash jump to get onto it. The reason you're doing that is because we're completely skipping the tutorial boss up there. Instead, we're gonna get this tube, and we're gonna go to Yarrow. Do you know, like, if you go in this tube, you'll notice I can't go anywhere. I can't go to town at all. The tube in town unlocks when you get to town. Okay. Here's the first place that multi-jumping is actually required. There's this gap here. Normally, you need grappling hook to get up here, but we can just jump up here. There's 2 methods for it. The first is a water skip method. This one's slower, and for me, harder. I'll see if I can get it, but I, like, never do it. So, like, yeah, you just, like, want to jump here. Okay, yeah. So, basically, the way this works is, like, you get running speed. Because, like, you can't just, like, raw jump up into here. Like, even I have, like, 4 jumps. I can't do it. You need some speed. And just running here doesn't get you enough speed. So, like, one way to do it, so the way it does it here is, like, oh, you get speed running off of here. Keep the speed by jumping off the water, because if you, like, cap a liquid and like jump off of it, you'll keep the speed. Very bad at it though. But the other way that I find easier and is a bit faster is if you run off this and then come back, you'll keep the speed, and then you'll be able to jump up there. Just like run here, double jump, yeah. This I find easier and it is a bit faster, so I would recommend it. Might take some getting used to. Yeah, easier with more jump buttons, obviously. Yeah, the water thing never worked for me. Yeah, it's bad. Here you just kind of like fall down. If you rub up against a wall, you won't take fall damage. So yeah, just make sure you do that because you're gonna take some fall damage here. So the fastest way down here is you just go here, you land here, you run off right, and you miss because I'm bad. I actually didn't miss that really because I was bad. I missed that because normally the amount of speed you get is just enough where... Actually, me having less health here is bad. That's actually significantly bad. If I self-destruct here, will it cause problems? Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, so, if you want to land on that top platform, you are going to take damage. You can opt it. There's a safer route if you go down the... There's a safer route if you go... Here, let me show it. If you go down this left side, you can just hug this wall. And then you can either, like, continue doing the jumper here, or you can just hug this wall, too. Or just, like, fall down here and then climb up here like this. And then you're in Yarrow. Because this, like, skips all the tutorial to get into Yarrow. Also note that, like, when I died there, I stayed in Temple of Guidance. There's a thing here that makes you stay here while you're in the tutorial. Which is why we can't just death work early. But yeah, here's how this would normally go, and you land, and then you jump here, and you can sometimes land here on this corner and not take fall damage, but it's a little bit inconsistent. You can't quite make the jump to this platform directly. I think if you have 5 jump buttons, you can make it, but I don't currently have a setup for that, and like you can roll the jump button, but it's a bit hard. Anyways, Gyro. Snails here suck. They have a 1 in 5 chance of dropping Blood Rock. You do not need Blood Rock, but just like, yeah, the snails here are annoying. Like back here, just like hit it twice, and then hit it a 3rd time like there, and hope it doesn't roll off like that. Actually got a Blood Rock there, that's cool. So yeah, like you'll hit it twice, it'll kind of like, and then like, I kind of like wait for a second and then hit it again. Although maybe you just want to hit it a 3rd time. I don't entirely remember. Anyways, here's another jump. This one's kind of annoying. Again, like having more than 2 jump buttons makes some of these things a lot easier. Like I did that, the first attempt there was a 2, that one was like 4. You can do this with 2. Any like significant speedrun skip you can do with 2. But having more will be easier. Like, cause if I do that 4, I like get it every time. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go down here. Because as I mentioned before, you don't get the tube in town until you unlock it. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna come down here, we're gonna break this tube. And now we can death warp because, yeah. We're not gonna sell anything yet. I'm just gonna come back here. For this section, so you want to go back up here. I should have mentioned before that you don't want to grab this Tremolite going down. There's an RNG strategy you can do with it if you have a Blood Rock and like are confident getting more money later, but you need 39 minimum at past a section, which basically means you need this Tremolite and you need 2 Cornflorium. And there's a guaranteed Cornflorium in this next section. Also, kill this snail. Okay, I got a Blood Rock. So that's nice. That completely ruins it. But this Cornflorium is guaranteed. So you just need to get 1 other ore in this section. So like, had I not gotten the Cornflorium before, I could just like get this one up here. Obviously, I would have done it in a faster manner, but yeah, because this one is just you get that. But if you get a Blood Rock from that second snail, you do not need to worry about it. That is enough money. Yeah. Oh, jump. You can grab this wall. I think you might need more jump. You can't do that with double jump. If you so just like for posterity, you can just jump up here, grab this, and then didn't get much speed, so I couldn't jump up to here. But like if you get a good amount of speed, you can just like jump off this wall here and jump up here. But if not, you can just land here, jump up, and yeah, you're back in Archaea. And since we died, we now have access to the town tube, so we'll just warp directly there. This guy can be a little bit tricky to talk to. I just kind of know the spacing for it. If you really want to, you can like space it so it'll say sell. It won't do that right now because I don't have anything to sell, I think. Also, it can be finicky. I think sometimes if you talk to this person, like, and then it will make it so you can't, like, you won't be able to sell anymore. Like, you won't be able to talk to the guy anymore for some reason. It's weird. So, like, if that happens, like, you can just go into a tube, warp, and warp out. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna buy some things here. We're gonna buy the lamp. We're gonna buy the tree hide pack, and we're gonna buy the iron pickaxe. The iron pickaxe is the most important one here, so, like, if you didn't get enough money, you can hold off on the bag of holding. Or not the bag of holding, the tier 1 bag upgrade. But honestly, like, it's kind of just a reset, because it's finicky to get around not having that money, so... If you didn't get enough cornflorium. But if you're, like, new and you're not going for a super serious time, like, you can just kind of roll with it, but it's not... It's very not ideal. I think the best place to upgrade it after then would be, like... oh yeah, here you just mine to the right. Just kind of, like, follow this path. You go over here to go under this cactus, and then... here, this breaks, and then you can hold right. Yeah, and this avoids, like, any, like, cactus problems. It might not be 100% the fastest, but also, like, you don't have to deal with any cactuses in an opportune way. Yeah. You just kind of jump over here. You fall down here, rub against the wall, or miss because you're bad. Doesn't really matter. Just avoid fall damage there. You can also land in the water. And yeah, here we get the pressure bomb. Water management is a thing in this run. It's not super pivotal most of the time, but, like, it's relevant. Normally you're supposed to go up the right side of this, but instead of going up the right side, we're just going to go up the left because you can pressure bomb this. So you can't pressure bomb it from the floor here, but if you're right here, you can do, like, you can either line it up like this, or I just kind of, like, wing it and just, like, run off into it. But you can also just, like, stand here and do that if you don't want to, like... It's a little bit slower, but, like, you'll get it every time. Or you should get it every time. You just kind of climb up out of here, and we're out. And we're going to do a death warp here. So, yeah. Now that we have that, we'll go to the tube we went earlier. Oh, and mess up the jump. Yeah. You might think, oh, I can use pressure bombs on this wall. Don't. It just kind of wastes water, and it's not that much... It's not faster at all, I think, because I think the pressure bomb takes, like, a few seconds to explode. And mining each of these blocks takes 2 seconds. Because it's 4 pickaxe swings. The pickaxe swings at an interval of once every 0.5 seconds, I think. So, yeah. We're going to fall down here. Just climb up here. Pressure bomb this. Fall. You can kill this guy. You don't have to kill him, but you can drop, like, a water drop or, like, a blood rock. Not a blood rock, like a blood drop, which gives you... It works out for money. Yeah. I'm up here. Okay. This next strike here, we're going to pressure bomb this rock. Or instead of just breaking this, we're going to pressure bomb this. And we're going to rub against these 2 walls here to slow us down enough. And then we're going to step on this, and we're going to sneak down under here. This saves having to use an extra pressure... Saves having to use a pressure bomb on here. And it's just overall faster. I mean, it's not the same amount of pressure bombs either way, but, like, yeah. So you do this. You kind of rub along here for a bit. And then you do that. If you have, as long as you have, like, at least 1.5, you'll survive that. Unless you get super crushed under it, in which case you'll die. Try to avoid that happening. And then, yeah. There's money up here. Grab that. And we get the jackhammer. So use jackhammer here, grab all this ironium, and we just gotta make it out of here. I like to hold off on a second for charging my jackhammer here, just so I use a little less water, because we're gonna, like, get in and refill it for a second. There's an RNG strat to, like, not have to do it, but I don't do it because and these beetles here control you. If you mine straight down, they usually won't, like, attack you as long as you're fast. Obviously you can't really suit yourself out that much here, but, like, sometimes they'll, like, go down and hit you, and it's really annoying, and that's just, like, a time loss. I don't entirely know how to prevent it. You can leave money there, and because you'll go back on this route and pick it up later. Like, even if you miss the azurite, like, if you can't pick up the azurite, leave the azurite there, and you can go pick it up later. It's actually ideal because you'll be a higher level, and if you're at a higher level, things sell for more. And it's just, like, a convenient thing, depending on what amount of money you get. You don't have to, like, try and go for it, or, like, try and pick it up. Just know that, like, if you don't pick it up there, it will be there to pick up later. Yeah. You just kind of talk to them and go down here. And yeah, sell things. Use pickaxe to mine here. The jackhammer there is actually slower, I think. Okay. Multi-jumps are a thing here. We're about to get the grapple hook. So I know I mentioned like multi-jumps and like them working and doing things. If you multi-jump out of a grapple jump, you'll go very high. Yeah. So, or hook shot, whatever. So yeah, that's with a double jump there. There's a strat here where you hook there, you jump here, and then you get a bunch of height here, and it skips doing things. I'm very inconsistent at it. I don't think it works with 2 jump buttons, and it does save a second or two. But the normal strat here is you just go here, and you just do a double jump off here, and you make it up here. Sometimes like either you'll like miss the jump, or like you'll do it and then you'll get in this corner, but you just kind of like want to make like after pulling up with the grapple, you want to like hold right a bit, and then you want to hold left to get to the wall once you're up high. And then you get this stuff. When you grapple down, you can grapple down. When you grapple down here, start charging the jackhammer, and it should ideally break this exactly when you walk to it. But otherwise, just like wait and break it. I'm gonna. So you can warp here directly to the lower temple shaft. I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna go here, just because I need to refill my water. And health, because I took somewhat because I was messing around. Anyways, yeah, just kind of grapple that hook down here. Okay, this next section, if you only have double jump, you're only gonna make it up to here. With more than that, you can actually make it. You can actually clear it all the way, and you can do this, and then you can kind of grapple down. But otherwise, you just kind of like want to jump down here. What you can do is you can like you can just kind of like double jump down here, and then you kind of grapple here, and then I'll usually like do a grapple boost here and start charging jackhammer. You use jackhammer for this section. Something to know about jackhammer. Right now, it won't pull you in the direction. Later on, it will. So after like you want to get into a rhythm, you'll notice like I'll pull out the grapple every time I like break a block. That'll get you down faster, and it'll save a good amount of time mining things. You used to not use grapple hook here, or jackhammer here, but I think it's just objectively faster. It was to save like water management, but like basically instead of normally you would break a minecart with a pressure bomb, but you really don't need to. It doesn't lose that much time to do it otherwise. This minecart is the one I'm talking about. You just grapple this and hit it 4 times, and like I don't think it's that much slower than doing it, and it's worth it for the jackhammer mining there because it's a lot faster. You can just kind of grapple up here. These puzzles aren't too bad. You just kind of do them. You just kind of jump up. Grapple movement definitely takes some getting used to. I have, quite a few hours in this game, so. This minecart, you can beat the cycle. So beat the cycle on it. So you want to grapple down here, and grapple left, grapple down, and you'll get that minecart to fall just a bit faster because you'll get it down here. It'll save a little bit of time. Yeah. And you get this first switch here. This next arrow section, there's a lot of cycles you can meet. I'm gonna show off like the really basic version. You're gonna want to go. Yeah. There's like a fast cycle you can do. I'm honestly inconsistent at it. Yeah, like I might have been able to go through there. You can also just take the damage boost there. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because you want to do 2 damage boosts later. I'm not really sure on the timing of things, but yeah. So here you just want to like wait for this, and then you can just damage boost through these. You can jump through them, but I would not rely on it. Like, just have 3 hearts there, damage boost through them. Worst case scenario, you grapple up into like the little safe zones, and you just do that. Like, it's not worth risking like jumping through them, because if you fail, you just kind of lose the run. Yeah. This arrow section here, it's the same pattern every time. It'll start off with these 1 arrows. You just stand here. Then I'll go to these groups. You just want to wrap around. And this one, you just want to stand right here. Now. Because you can just stand here, and the arrows will go up and down, and they'll just go around you. And then now you just, Now these ones will go side to side and grapple here. You can take 2 hits from these, and these ones on the right, even if you position poorly and get hit by them, you won't die to them if they're the only ones you get hit by. So you don't even need to necessarily worry about grappling there well. Yeah, and we get this cog here. This grapple up into this thing here is a little bit tricky. You want to use the momentum of the grapple to get yourself up there. But once you're like even slightly up there, you can grapple up top. Like, oh, I went too far low. Yeah, so like once you get up there, this one is a little bit tricky. It's not too bad, but like you'll bump or like I've been like nervous or like jittery for like no reason and like screwed it up. But yeah, you just want to like grapple there and like hold into it and like yeah. Anyways, first, this is the first thing. Ben will say, yay, random destruction, because technically you don't know about these things, like whatever. You can just kind of like hold right here. I don't necessarily hard hold right, but like just kind of like tap it over. I think you can hold right there. I don't remember. I should go test for posterity's sake, I guess. Oh, I'm talented. So yeah, like if you go here and then you... If I hard hold right here, yeah, even if I hard hold right there, you probably don't want to hard hold it because like you might land there and die. That's less than ideal. Anyways, yeah. You went here, you sold your stuff, and now we're gonna go back to the oasis here. Here you want to grapple here. You want to jump and try and keep your speed here. I lost it pretty early, but like you can keep your speed through most of that section. There is a secret tremolite down here. You want to break this. Jump up here, grapple up here. And you see like this cornflorium here. I gotta pick that back up because I left it there from earlier. I like to hold off on charging jackhammer and then I just charge it right here. It doesn't really matter, I think, because I think you just have enough water. And then I just jump off here. You can take fall damage here, it's fine. And okay, you just break that. And now, here is the funny money section. So I have 341, which means I could buy a bag of holding or armor along. So you need to buy jackhammer here. Like that's a requirement. I typically go for the armor, and that's because it having 4 health makes the golem section easier. You're not guaranteed to have this much money, by the way. This is like I got a blood rock earlier, or if you get a good like RNG in certain parts, you'll have enough money for this. So I go for health because like technically bag of holding can help, but usually you don't get enough money where it's full. And there's strats in Golem that require 4 hearts. I've actually recently just been going and buying the 5th heart later. But that was mainly because, like, in my run, I was nervous. I should also know, timer pauses. Hold on, I was supposed to put it. Timer pauses on the pause menu here. It doesn't pause in this menu. So menuing here is important. And you want to, after getting the jackhammer upgrade, you want to get these 2 cog upgrades. This one just makes it wind up faster, and this one makes it stay rev for longer. So, yeah, both are nice. Water management in this next section is pretty important. You want to, like, go and grab, like, fast ores, and also do the grapple thing I mentioned before to make yourself dig faster. Usually I, like, go to left here, but, like, there was just a bunch of ore there, so... yeah, you just want to grab a good amount of money. You just gotta make your way down here. I actually have not a lot of water. Yeah, okay. You can break this one if you have just enough water, but not a big deal. Yeah, you want to make your way to here. There's a number of different paths. I guess I didn't show, like, that's a, like, slightly less common one. You want to sell here. This is where, if you wanted to, you could buy another health upgrade. I'm not gonna do it for, like, speed sake, I guess. Right? Like, I want to show the more risky shots. I personally even do that, and I have, like, a pretty fast time. It doesn't lose that much time to get it, and it's a lot of security. But it does lose like 2 or 3 seconds. Anyways, yeah. This route you want to follow more closely. You go here. Grab this. You want to just go between these barrels. Okay, I accidentally took damage there. That's fine. Yeah. Take this tube if you are not at full health, take this tube. And if you do not have at least 1 bar of water, definitely take the tube. Because because you're gonna need a pressure round later. You do not need to sell it here though. Anyways, this is Temple of the Destroyer. Or not Temple of the Destroyer. I mean, I've been in Temple of the Destroyer. This is Golem. There's 2 ways to get over to Golem. I'm gonna show the fast way. So you're gonna want to grapple here, like kind of low, and you're gonna go here and you're gonna slip by this wall. So basically, like I mentioned before, if you have grapple speed, you can jump high, right? And if you jump on the ground after getting grapple speed, you'll keep it. I screwed it up there, but you'll keep it, and that'll allow you to clear this gap. So I'm missing it. Wow. Okay. That's annoying. Sometimes it can be a little bit finicky. I took fall damage? Okay, cool. Yeah. Here, since I'm down here, I'll show the alternative shot. And that's to, you go up here. Yeah, you go up here, you grapple right, and then, yeah, you get over here. I'm gonna save and quit because there's a strategy I want to show with the golems that is not doable if, they've been loaded before. It's something you need to know, like, so we're gonna be going against these guys. When these guys wake up, they do not hurt you. So the next section is basically going to rely on that fact. It also relies on damage boosting off the lava. Actually, since I'm gonna be showing off strats, I'm gonna sell here. You wouldn't normally sell here, but I'm gonna do it just because I want to show off strats here, and I might die, and I don't want to like screw things up. Yeah. I'm gonna mess it up. Oh my god. Today is not my day, apparently. Normally, I am pretty consistent at it. Like, you'll see I'm going slow here. I'll still get the double jump. Gosh. Being finicky and annoying. Yeah, there we go. So right off the bat, you're going to want to run. You can jump on this guy. I have never missed that guy before. What? I guess you jump onto him. And you don't... Yeah, I guess you jump from earlier in it. Sorry. I forgot you don't just, like, run directly onto him. There we go. Yeah, so you jump here. You jump onto him. You can damage boost on this lava and to get it around this guy. Ideally, you land on him. The damage boost onto the second guy is not required. It just saves a bit of time. Here, we're gonna run. Damage boosting off this guy does save a bunch of... Okay. I'm saving... The reason I'm saving quitting here is, like, because... Yeah, I'll get 5 hearts here just to make this a little bit simpler. Ideally, you can do this with 4. But 5, again, like, makes it simpler. And part of the problem is I'm pausing. Oh, what? Like, see there, I was moving really slowly and I still got the double jump. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're doing this way then. So start off here. You jump onto this guy. You don't want to go into that guy. You can grapple around here. And then you want to run here, jump, and then you grapple over here. Now you get this health here. One shot, you can damage boost onto this guy. This guy will be waking up, and then this guy will also be waking up. You damage boost here, and yeah, that's how you do that section fast. Sorry if that was a bit fast to do. So like, yeah, there's the second section is pretty fast here. You have to go fast to catch that guy waking up. But basically, you damage boost onto the first golem. You can jump onto the second one while it's still waking up, and it won't damage you. You'll go down here. You have to, like, this entire section here, you can also do it. Let me save and quit. You can also do that entire section just by grappling. You do not need to do all the fancy damage boost strats there. But if you're doing the fancy damage boost strats there, you need, I think you need 4 hearts. Because you take the first damage boosting onto that one. Maybe you could do it too. I think you could do it too. Yeah, actually made the jump there. I should note, part of the damage boosting is not even just to prevent taking damage from them. It's also just that, like, that's the only way you can reasonably get onto them. But yeah, you can also do this. As long as you, like, grapple onto here, run here, and then... That is the important one. If you don't get that one, you lose a lot of time. You just damage... You jump on the first one while it's waking up, jump into the lava to take damage, and then jump up. Yeah, I guess that's all doable with 3 hearts. Anyways, you want to grab this, Ametrine, and you're going to fall down here. There's a safe shot, which involves going onto this wall. and you just kind of fall, and then like you go here and like maybe you brush against the wall to not take fall damage. You can also be a Chad. I don't like this strat. I've been implementing it recently though because like it saves a second. I mainly got annoyed by it because like I lost some runs at it when I started, and then yeah, and then you grapple there. And this is why you need a pressure bomb, or enough water for a pressure bomb earlier, because you need to break this. Now we have enough money, and yeah. And here you buy the bag of holding if you don't have it, so you get that $30 one, and you buy tier 4 body armor. This unlocks Vitter boots. Vitter boots allow you to jump in lava or poison for a short bit of time, and that's really important for this next section. So this next section, the lava pit, you want to mash jump here, and you bounce off the lava here, and your Vitter boots will never go away. However, once you get to this section, you want to hit this fly here. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was right here. Okay. So there's bismuth right here, right below me. The bismuth will spawn. So you see this column I'm on, this vertical area? It will not spawn further right than this column. So it could spawn anywhere else. It could spawn like up top left here. It could spawn like right here. And you get the top left one, I'm sorry, that sucks. There's some spawns with it that are really awful, but it just know it'll spawn in this general vicinity. And you want to get this bismuth because it sells for 70. So I got mine right here, as you can see. Yeah. You can grapple up here. There's a strat here. You grapple up here, and you grab, like, generally you can just jump across here, but you can, like, for example, grapple here, and you grapple onto that left block there, and it saves a bit of time. And now we're going to go under here. You'll take 2 hearts of damage, usually. That's fine. You can grapple out if you're concerned about taking more damage. And yeah, go under here, you'll usually take 1 heart of damage. But it's not super bad. You just gotta get used to bouncing on the lava. If you're really worried, you can grapple. And yeah, another section where you mash grapple, and you get down here. That's the lava section. And now we're going to... I messed it up. That's cool. You're good. You can grapple down here. Generally, the strat I want to do is... leave me alone. Generally, what I try to do is I just... I go here, I grapple this, I sling, and then I catch myself on this one. And that's pretty fast. Don't bother grappling here. You go here, you jump up here. Jump up here. You can grapple jump here. A little finicky, and you might not get as much height because of the wall, but yeah. You want to go up here, though, because there's a guaranteed dark matter and Imaginite. And then you go down here, and you can go around that guy. You want to break these 2 blocks, and then you do a grapple. You do a grapple jump here. I am messing it up, though. But yeah, you can jump up here. That was a bit of a bad one, but it saves time. And now we're in Ultra Composite Armor. You might think you can skip this. You technically can, but it makes the final boss way easier. There's also an Imaginite in this room, and you want that Imaginite. So, like, yeah. Hypothetically, if you could skip it, it would save at most, I think, 30-ish, 40-ish seconds, maybe? But final boss is going to be, like, a lot harder. I don't know, like, strats for it. I haven't practiced that. And, like, there's some stuff later with, like, you're going in lava. This also makes you take less damage from lava, so lava's no longer a concern. You're actually going to get rid of the bitter boots. But, yeah, there's also there's Imaginite there. So, yeah. And we're going to go in the tube, and we're going to sell. Okay. 367 is enough. So, you don't have to get a full sack of money in this section. You need, at minimum, 675. However, if you get 775, you don't buy anything here, by the way. You get so what you're going to be buying at this section is this Melville regulator, and you're going to get this, the next jackhammer upgrade. You can buy this if you have 775 money. If you do not have that, do not buy this because you'll screw yourself over. And I think you need at minimum, I think 350 to 360 money. And if you have that, if you have the max amount of money you can get from this section, which is 2 Imaginite and 3 full sacks of dark matter, and that will get you enough. You're not always going to get that. It's kind of RNG, and I would try not to lose too much time here trying to do that. You want to only, like, yeah, so you start off, there's actually a fixed, this spot right here always has dark matter on it. I don't really know why, but it does. And this spot, like, not surprisingly, always has Imaginite. Now down here, what I like to do is I go right and then I go left here. Under this block... Oh, I got the Imaginite. Nice. Under this block also always has a dark matter. Yeah, and then I just kind of go here. I grab all this stuff, and then I head down here. And I just kind of mine through here as much fast as I can. Yeah. But you see, I still have bitter boots on, right? And yeah, I pretty much just get all the stuff I can from there. Like, that's the extent that I'll go. This is, like, I get that much money. I go through, like, those sections. I grab all the money there, and I'm done. Like, I just roll with what I have. I can, if I want to, mine, like, something here. But I don't even usually bother with that, like, unless I'm really, really concerned with money. It's not actually a bad idea, and I probably should do it more, but yeah. I don't think I'm going to have enough to... yeah, I have 734. So, because I have 734, I'm just going to buy this. I'm going to buy this. And then we're going to disable the bitter boots and get Slipstream Jet. This means with Slipstream Jet, you no longer have to grapple chain after mining a block, because it will pull you towards it. That's really important. And yeah. You might say, like, we don't have bitter boots now here, but there's lava, but it doesn't matter because your invincibility is long enough and you only take half a heart of damage. So it's not actually a concern. And yeah. Put a pressure bomb here, and you just kind of fly off. This one doesn't have a cutscene if you're farther away from the thing, so there's no worries. And we're gonna death warp. So yeah, that's Temple of Destroyer. It's definitely a tricky part of the run. The arrow, in comparison, is pretty chill most of the time. You're gonna start here. You're gonna dig down. I like to stall here with the grapple for just a second, because that snail that I just passed will hit you otherwise. Yeah. You don't need to take that tube because we have enough water. You can grab money here. It's not a bad idea. But it's not the end of the world if you don't get too much on your path. Unless you're, like, really behind for money. Again, don't need to take the tube here unless you want safety. But even if you die in here, you won't go back. Break this, go around. Run into this. There's some cool movement in this next section, but it's completely irrelevant because you're waiting for something. Like, if you go right here, you can get this nice jump off there. It looks cool. It's completely useless because you have to wait for this. Getting to that faster is obviously important. And you want to grapple around this, and you just grapple up here. Now, coming up, there is an Ametrine. This Ametrine is optional. But it is nice if you're, like, money tight. I've been taking to getting it more because I just realized it makes money running at the end of the game nicer. It doesn't lose that much time. You want to pressure bomb that, and you want to go over right here to this water pool. You want to get up at least 2 bars. You can get more if you want, but, like, 2 is about the amount you'll get without wasting too much time. And you need to break those other 2 rock things, so. Get this Ametrine, though. Honestly, they want to be slower than the other one, I'm not sure. Yeah, here's mine. You want to, like, grapple. Sometimes you'll get, like, a bigger speed boost than others because of how Slipstream Jet works. It's a bit weird. And you just want to fall here. This snail will always hit you. You can cry about it. And you want to sneak under these rocks. Okay. I just learned a new mining route here, so forgive me if I do it wrong. Normally, I would go here, and then I would mine down on this path. But instead, I'm going to do something else. Actually, instead, I'm going to fill my health because I took a bunch of damage because I was trying to explain things. Yeah, this one's, like, slightly faster. You go here, you turn left here immediately, keep digging down. Yeah, you want to grapple right. You don't do what I do. You actually just break this and you grapple right, and then you want to dig down here. Grapple right here, go down here. Oh, that's bad. If you have ideal speed, okay, it worked out. That snail up there can fool you really badly if it wakes up. The second snail will always wake up. You can't really do anything about that. But that snail in particular is very problematic. So getting there fast enough is very important. My old route got there at a slightly different time, but, like, worked perfectly if you were just fast enough. The new route seems to be a bit faster, so you actually want to delay a little bit. I'm not entirely sure where the snail wakes up. But yeah, we sell here. If you didn't get the pressure bomb earlier, this is where you buy it. And the reason you upgrade the pressure bomb is it gives it more distance. Now here, you're just going to dig down. If you're tough on money, you can go out of your way to get a little bit, but I wouldn't try too much because mining through any individual block here takes a good amount of time. So, like, if it's on the path or, like, one to the side of the path, get it, but otherwise no. I switched to the left lane here because there's a rock in the way, so I just do it early. You want to hit that because it gets there. If you hit this snail and thing into it, ideally it will kill the snail, which will get you more water. Water usually isn't super tight here, but if you have more water, you can... If you have a lot of water at the end of the section, you can do a... You can save a little bit of time, but that's very uncommon. Yeah. Here's where we need the pressure bomb, because we're going to be skipping. Normally, you'd have to get... You'd have to fly up here to use, like, the braking thing, but instead, with the pressure bomb range, we can just shoot this twice, climb into this hole, and it'll spawn about behind you, below you. I don't know what dictates that spawning, but sometimes it'll take longer or shorter. And yeah, we'll dig down here, enter the tube. You can skip selling here if you want to RNG at the end, making sure you get enough money. Because basically, when you die, you'll keep 50% of the ore you have, like, slots-wise, not number-wise. And it's random which one it picks, so you can opt to, if you think you are close enough money-wise and could get it with either amount of ore, you could opt to just hope for RNG, like, and it saves a little bit of time not having to sell. Yeah, but now we just stay down here. And yeah, just kind of fall down here. And like this. Now this generator is weird. Unlike the other one, or actually the first one will also do this. If you're too far away from this generator, you'll get a longer cutscene. I think you can stand here and not get it, but I find I get it a lot. So I honestly just pressure bomb and I just like walk through here and I don't like worry about it too much. Because otherwise you get like 20 things that you need to clear with skip. That one you only get like 2. So I don't worry about it too much. Anyways, here we're gonna buy famed armor. This gets us unlocks airman armor. Airman armor is very important. This is vital. Because it will allow us to skip phases on the boss. Final boss. The way that works is the final boss. We can just go to her, by the way. There's no, normally you would have like the 2 breaks or whatever. That only happens. There's like an extra generator in Temple Destroyer. If you break the one over here, that will happen, but you don't. And the door is closed, but you can just enter it. So, yeah. And yeah, Rosie time. Rosie's hard. There's no way around it. So she shoots rockets, orbs, and bullets. The bullets she shoots, the bullets and rockets she shoots with the airman armor. Basically, the way airman armor works is after every 30 seconds you can reflect the projectile. And so the general idea with this boss fight is you want to manage that charge such that you can reflect either a bullet or a rocket into her, and it will actually end her phase early. You cannot do this with a purple orb, which means the 3rd phase is unskippable. You just kind of have to wait with it. Doing a pressure bomb plus 3 pickaxe hits is the fastest way to do damage to Rosie. Okay, here's the first phase. So, this phase is annoying. And it's annoying for reasons that I don't understand. Basically, the rockets will reflect into her. Basically, what you want to happen is you want these rockets to reflect and then go target back in on you. That one, as you'll see right there, did not target back in on me. I don't know why that happens. Generally, you want to be below her, and you want to, like, jump up into her. And I find that usually has, like, with the way the rockets hit you, usually has the highest success rate. Hello, Everett, welcome back. If you notice a conspicuous jump cut, it's because this boss isn't actually consistent. It's fake. It's fake. I somehow, despite... Okay, I need to explain. This boss, my strats for it, are usually very consistent once you get them down. I have them down. I'm usually very consistent in it. But, like, either I'm getting bullshit, or, like, the weirdest random shit is happening that's just making none of this work. So, like, I'm sorry, like, if I painted an incorrect picture, because apparently my tutorial today is going to be inaccurate, because this boss is apparently not consistent. But most of my runs, like, I'll usually get Rosie, like, 70% of the time, unless, like, I fail first phase. First phase seems like just, like, a random to me, whether I... Like, this one will sometimes just not work. I don't know why. I think generally if you jump into it, I think grappling makes it work less sometimes. I'm not really sure how that one works. it's a very unfortunate thing. I want to become more consistent at. My later phase strats, I am like 80-90% consistent with. Sometimes I don't get enough health. Sometimes things just don't work out, but I have become fairly consistent with them. Today is just not my day, and I think it's partially just the funny, like, hey, you want to show someone something, right? And then it just doesn't work. And I think it's just that. It's that for the past, like, 30-40 minutes, and I don't really understand why. I'm sorry. Sorry if it seems like this is... Like, Rosie definitely is a bullshit part of the run, and it's very unfortunate. But it kind of just is what it is. And definitely practice your Rosie fight, because, like, one, you can save a good, like, a minute if you get all the fast phases. And two, like, you need to finish runs, right? And that's important. And this is Rosie practice for me, I guess, but, like, it just doesn't feel quite right, because it's just, like, maybe it's personally just I'm frustrated because I'm trying to show this off. And I think everything that is, most of the things that have been happening are mostly unreasonable. Some of them have been by mistake. There's definitely a lot of places to slip up in this boss. But, like, I don't know. Maybe I am just more inconsistent. This boss is more inconsistent than I thought, because I have been just losing runs to her. Maybe I should just work on that. But most of the times I lose runs to her, it's because the rocket when you're in the first phase skip, or second phase, whatever, the one we reuse the rockets, most of the time I fail Rosie, it's because that happens. Like, I think I recently had a health kerfluffle, but most of the time it's that. And that is mostly out of my control as far as I can tell. Shit. Fuck you. I tried to do something weird. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess if you miss it, you can do a backup with the rockets there. I've never done that before. I don't recommend it, but, like, that's a strat, I guess. But you are gonna have slightly different timing for this, so... Yeah. So again, like, try and do it as that part as consistently as possible so you don't have messed up timing. If you fail, it's a 20-second time loss. You just try to get through this next phase as fast as possible. She'll shoot bullets here. And then she shoots a rocket. If you miss the rocket into her, you'll do that. And then you beat the boss. I'm just leaving it at there because I think you get the general idea of what I'm supposed to do. Ideally, what happens there, it reflects into her. And then you skip that phase 2. I got the timing wrong because I've had a bunch of things. I'm basically just going to cut it here. I think the general idea is there enough that I think people can understand it. And if not, then I can redirect you to my TV or, like, the world record or anything. You really need help with it. Here, you just hold left. And then you get here, and then there's a certain point where you turn around. I turned around a little bit too early. And then after here, you just mash, you press up here, and you just mash skip cutscene. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's Rosie. Again, with practice, shouldn't be that bad. This was just a really strange day where, like, you know, sometimes you just can't do something, and like, and that was just this day today. Today was the day it just decided, you know what, you're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to show this strat off, and I apologize for that. Again, you can refer to the world record or my PB or like whatever you want for that run for like the clean phase 5 skip, but I think the gist of it's there. You don't necessarily have to grab health after you get the skip, but like if there's health nearby, I would grab it and try avoid getting hit by projectiles because it can be a bit tight. I definitely say you don't need to implement that skip until you're getting pretty far down there in time, but it does save 20 seconds. That's pretty nice, obviously. But yeah, I wouldn't stress it until you're ready for it, because like, yeah. How many times did I die? 12. You're supposed to have 4 deaths. 5112. My god. Yeah, this is brutal. I apologize. I'm gonna dip and like upload this. Thank y'all for sticking around. I'm sorry this was a mess. Bye.